is up, guys, and welcome back to the Newcastle United Career Mode Series, Episode 7. As you can see, this is going to be a very exciting episode because we have a bunch of big Premier League games, including one against Chelsea, so that'll be interesting. And we also kick off our FA Cup run with a game against Stoke City, which I will probably be simulating, but yeah. So we have a lot of transfer business to get underway and talk about first, and I'll probably end the episode with the game against Chelsea. So then, you guys will still have a little bit of time to make some more transfer suggestions before the transfer window closes in the next episode. And of course, you already know we're going to be going straight in for EDINSON CAVANI. We have a very, very low budget right now. I think I've pretty much maxed out our wages and our wage budget, and the most we can offer him is like 200,000. So let's hope that he accepts. Okay, and here we are negotiating with Cavani, and I feel like it can go without mentioning, but I'm just gonna remind you guys that this is a free transfer. So obviously we didn't have to pay a huge sum of money to PSG in order to transfer him, but his contract is expiring with PSG in 6 months. So in the winter transfer, that means that he can join any club that he wants. So we're gonna negotiate with him, and here's what I've offered him: a crucial squad role, 3 years contract length, because he is 32 years old, so he is going to start dropping in his overall pretty quickly, but I think next season he can still really help us out. No release clause, and then we have literally spent like the last of our budget just on his wage and signing bonus. Like you can see in the top left, transfer budget and wage budget are both under 100,000, which is like, that's not good. But yeah, we're going big or going home for this transfer. I've offered him 160,000 wage and 500,000 signing bonus. Let's hope that he accepts. And he has. And EDINSON CAVANI will be joining us next season as a Newcastle United player. Let's go, guys. As you guys can see, that EDINSON CAVANI transfer really took up the last bit of our money pretty much. We have a wage budget of of just over 100,000. And our transfer budget is like 2.6 million, so we're not going to be signing any players with wages and transfer budgets like that. So I'm actually going to look at our squad hub right now and see if there are any other players we can sell, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so our squad depth is probably going to be running pretty slim for the rest of the season if we manage to sell all these players, but here are the players I've put up for transfer. Henry Savet, however you pronounce that, he is up for transfer. He does have some offers that you can see there that got rejected, but that's just because those came in at the beginning of the season, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this guy yet, but we haven't used him at all, so I've decided that I'm definitely gonna sell him. Plus he's 29 years old and he's only 70 rated, so he's not really looking like he's gonna be any better than 70 rated. Then Gibson, he has been on the transfer list since the first transfer window, and as you can see, I've accepted all the offers that have come in for him, but he's rejected all of them. So I don't know why he's so set on staying here when he's not going to get any playing time, but whatever. And then here's some players that I just added now. Andy Carroll, one of our strikers, he's 30 years old, 75 rated, not really going to use him. Same with Gale, 29 years old, 75 rated, not really planning on using either of these guys. And then this guy down here, Emil Kraft, is 74 rated, 25-year-old right back. We have a bunch of fullbacks at the club right now as it is, so I think we can afford to sell this one. So really quickly, I wanted to show you guys a couple more free transfers that we could potentially target if those players sell and we get the funds. So Luka Modric, actually, the Ballon d'Or winner of a couple of years ago, is up for free transfer since his contract with Real Madrid is expiring. He is 34 and is 87 rated, so he is going to go down very quickly in rating. So even if we did manage to get him by next season, he would probably be like an 84, maybe 85 rated midfielder. So that's something to think about. But also, I've decided to put Giorgio Chiellini on here because he's actually the only center back, like quality world-class center back, that I could find that is a free transfer at the moment. So yeah, his contract with Piemonte Calcio, except it's really Juventus, is expiring soon. So yeah, if we manage to sell those players that I just transfer listed and get the funds for these guys, then who knows? Maybe we can bring them in. Also, you can see Phil Coutinho down here, and I feel like a lot of you are going to have questions about him. He is on loan at Bayern Munich right now. That's why he's wearing number 10 on that Barcelona jersey. He's not taking Messi's jersey, but he has number 10 at Bayern right now, so that's why that 10 is on there. And he's not a free transfer, but I just put him on here because he is linked to Newcastle United in real life, so maybe next season if we get enough money. He is wicked expensive though, but if we get enough money, maybe. It's like maybe slight possibility that we could buy him from Barcelona. But yeah. But for now, we are going to focus on the Premier League with that little bit of transfer business wrapped up. So our next match, as you can see, is against Leicester City, and we do have a few fitness concerns. I've tried to rotate the squad a little bit. I'm playing Atsu on the right. I've rotated our fullbacks, so Rose and Lazaro get a bit of a rest. So we have Yedlin and Kilo coming in to play at the right back and left back positions. So yeah, here's the squad I'm going for against Leicester City. Let's hope that we can pick up some points, recover our form a little bit from the last episode, and let's jump into the match. Okay guys, here we are at home, Newcastle United versus Leicester City. Let's get the game underway. Leicester City on the attack now. Barnes goes in for Madison. Madison back for Ndidi. They're playing well through the midfield. Can we defend this? Madison completely turns me around. Maybe looking to pass it in. He does, but we get it away. Oh, in for St. Maximin now. St. Maximin nets the ball beautifully past Leicester City. And let's go, guys. We take the 1-0 lead on Leicester City in this first half. I wasn't really talking much during the attack because I thought the play would die out. Maybe I should just talk during every attack because usually when we score goals, it comes out of nowhere. But St. Maximin stepping up for us once again. He didn't have the best of episodes last time out, but here he is again, putting the ball in the back of the net for us. St. Maximin, 1-0 against Leicester City. Let's go, guys. Joelinton on the ball now. Joelinton drags it back. Joelinton with a shot. It's a nice shot. It's still with us, and it goes in somehow. Phil Foden puts it in. Deflection off Kasper Schmeichel. That was a weird goal, to say the least, but 2-0 up against Leicester City. Guys, I think we have found our form once again. Phil Foden and St. Maximin are back in form, doing the work from us. A good shot from Joelinton, and Phil Foden was there to snatch up the rebound. A good attempt to save it from Kasper Schmeichel. He almost got there, but he's just way too out of position, and Foden just slammed that at him, and he just... Oh, it actually does count as an own goal for him. Unfortunate, but good from Foden to just smack that one right into Kasper and deflects inside. 2-0 against Leicester City. Alright, that was probably one of our best first halves that we've had in a while. Very convincing performance. Let's see if we can keep it up in the second half. Ndidi on the ball now. Looks for Tielemans. Tielemans goes inside for Barnes. I think that was not the best of shots, but Leicester City looking to attack more in this second half. Oh, Joelinton sees St. Maximin. St. Maximin turns and shoots. It's blocked well. Oh, Leicester City on the ball now. I think that was Mark Albrighton who puts that in for Vardy. And of course, Vardy's going to score that. Pretty easy goal overall. Vardy was not getting marked at all in the box. Leicester City have one back, and that's going to make these last few minutes pretty cagey, I feel like. Yeah, Mark Albright. Tomori was just completely losing Vardy. What was Tomori doing? Oh man, Tomori's been so good for us this season, but sometimes he just makes simple errors like that where he just completely loses Vardy, just walks away from him, and Vardy's wide open to score the goal. Okay, it is pretty much the 80th minute of the game now, and we do have some fitness concerns with Foden and Bentaleb both looking spent in this game, so I'm going to bring on Almiron and Hated in that midfield to try to wrap this game up and get us the 3 points. Yedlin on the ball now, and he just has pace for days. Oh my goodness, Yedlin puts the ball in for Almiron, and Almiron, his first touch of the game, comes on as a substitute and scores immediately. That was a beautiful attack. All started from Yedlin at that left back position. See, that is why he's just so much better than Danny Rose, just because of that pure pace that allows him to burn by the midfielders and defenders, and then he just goes to the edge of the box, cuts it back, and Almiron with an easy goal. 3-1 on Leicester City, and it looks like my substitutes have immediately paid off. Oh, Atsu burns by his man. Atsu now cuts it in for Joelinton. Joelinton with an easy touch and just taps it in beautifully there. Oh my goodness, in these last few minutes we have been completely dominating Leicester City. They just can't handle that extra bit of pace that we just injected to the midfield. That Almiron and Hayden substitution worked out brilliantly for us. Wow, okay, 4-1 on Leicester City. I was not expecting this. We have definitely recovered our form from last episode. Let's go, guys. And there is the final whistle. 4-1, guys, on Leicester City. Wow. We have stepped up big time with a bunch of our attackers scoring, actually. Joelinton scored, St. Maximan scored, Almiron scored, Phil Foden didn't score, but he whooped it at Kasper Schmeichel, who had no choice but to put it into his own net, unfortunately. But yeah, wow. Very convincing performance from us. One of our most convincing performances in a while. I can't even talk. That's how excited I am right now. Of course, Jamie Vardy getting on the score sheet. Can't help that. But let's go, guys. 4-1 on Leicester City. Okay, guys. And like I said earlier in this episode, we do have our first FA Cup match against Stoke City. And we do play this at home, so I am going to simulate this. And hopefully we can grab the win here and advance to the next round. Stoke City versus Newcastle United. Let's see who comes out on top. And it's going to be... Any minute? Alright, it's going to be us. Hayden with a brace. That's interesting. He's like our CDM. But okay, sure. Why not? They picked up an injury, unfortunately, and McLean picked up a goal. And yeah, that's all to say about that. Newcastle 2, Stoke City 1, and we're through to the next round in the FA Cup. So before we hop into our next match in the Premier League, I thought I'd just show you guys the standings at the moment. So Spurs are at the top, fighting it out with Liverpool. Seems to be a two-horse race there, 57 and 56 points. And third place is Arsenal, who are 10 points behind those guys. So yeah, it does look like the title race is going to be between Spurs and Liverpool this season, which is pretty interesting to say the least. I guess Mourinho's really working his magic. And then in fourth place we have Manchester City, followed closely by Manchester United. The two Manchesters duking it out for a spot for a Champions League position, as well as Arsenal. Actually, Arsenal are just ahead of them. So, and we are actually in the running too, as we have 42 points, and Leicester City are our closest competitor behind us with 32 points. So it does look like that's where the cutoff is. It's kind of like Spurs and Liverpool, the top two, and then we have these four other teams: Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle United, and Arsenal, all duking it out for those other two places for the Champions League. I don't think we're going to be able to get there, but hey, who knows? Either way, though, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to secure a Europa League position, which is what I really did want from this season. So, yeah, good news there. Okay, I also figured that I'll show you guys real quick. We did manage to sell a couple players. Sevet, that 70 rated attacking midfielder, has been sold for around about 1.6 million, and we get 1.1 million in our transfer budget from the board. And we also sold Gale, that one of those strikers. So he sold for 7.5 million, and the board has given us 5.5 million. So that should definitely be enough to afford either Luka Modric or Chiellini. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going for Luka Modric, though. All right, I'm sorry, guys, but I actually kind of made a mistake. I forgot to show you guys the main match screen. I accidentally just pressed play game without even making any changes to the lineup or anything, but thank God it was set back to my first team instead of the B team from that Stoke City match. So we do have our first team lined up. Only change that I probably would have made is putting in Yedlin for Danny Rose, but still a good team. Should be strong enough to beat Wolves, hopefully. At least put up a good fight. I mean, you never do know. So yeah, let's just jump into the match. Alright, Newcastle United versus Wolves. We are away from home, so it is going to be tricky, but let's hope that we can get at least 1 point maybe out of this game. Hopefully 3, though. Wolves on the attack now, looking really dangerous. They take a shot and Dubravka saves beautifully. I think that was, yeah, Raul Jimenez. Nice shot from him, a good ball through, but wow, good save from Dubravka near post. That's impressive. Oh, Wolves have the ball again, and it goes in off the post. Sar. Oh, man. That's not the best way to start the match. They just whipped in a corner, and it bobbled around a little bit, and nothing we could really do to clear it away. Oh, man, unfortunate. Tamori couldn't get there, and Sar picks up the ball and just slams it in near post. It actually went in off the post. Foden kind of jumped out of the way there. I don't know what he was doing, but whatever. It's fine. Let's just try to get it back. 1-0. Wolves up. Wolves on the attack now. Our players are struggling to get back. Let's see if we can hold them up. We do. Tamori puts in a great challenge and gets the ball easily. Wolves on the counter once again. It's looking like a 4v3 at the moment. Raul Jimenez on the left side. Puts it inside for Diego Jota. Can we defend this? Raul Jimenez again. Lazaro puts in a strong challenge. Perfectly fair. Nice defending. Here comes Phil Foden now. The danger man himself. In for St. Maximan. And St. Maximan, no! Come on, St. Maximan. I know it's your weak foot, but you could have just finessed that one with your right. Oh my goodness. It was a silver platter for St. Maximan put up for Phil Foden. We see them combine so much this season, and they almost did it again there. St. Maximan taking the shot with his weaker left foot, and he just drags it wide. Ball back now. It's Joelinton on the ball. Once again getting harassed on the edge of the box. Saka tries to cut it inside. Back for Bentaleb. I see Phil Foden in the box. Nicely done by Phil Foden. Phil Foden still. Phil Foden with a shot. Oh my god, is it in? It's in, barely. Wow, that was an interesting attack. Joelinton puts the ball in somehow. I think that was a big deflection. I'm not even sure if it's going to count as his goal once again, but that pass into Phil Foden was brilliant, and then Phil Foden with a couple turns got around the Wolves defenders. There's the turn, cuts inside, takes a shot, but it was blocked heavily, and Joelinton hits it wicked hard, kind of like that Phil Foden shot on Kasper Schmeichel, and it just hits the palm of his hand. It looks, yeah, just hits his arm, hits Rui Patricio's arm, and barely goes into the goal. All right, let's go. 1-1. We are level. Oh, Raul Jimenez could be in again here, but we barely get there in front of him. Good defending once again. And that could make us go on the counter now. As I see St. Maximan, but the Wolves defender barely gets a foot in. I was trying to go out wide to Saka, but didn't end up working out. And that's how the first half is going to end here at the Wolves Stadium. Wolves on the ball now, looking for another goal. And somehow... Wait, what? Where did that come from? Are you kidding me? That's so dumb. Raul Jimenez picks up the ball, just does a quick turn and slams it home on the ground. And Dubravka, like, how did Dubravka not save that? It was right underneath him. Come on, Dubravka, you gotta be doing better than that. Wolves have literally done nothing this entire half, and then they go on one attack, and they just score. Near post, on the ground. That's so cheap. Come on, man. That's so disappointing. Okay, I'm bringing Urzi on for Bentaleb, and I'm moving Almiron into the midfield. This has kind of been my attacking switch up in the last few minutes of every game that we've played so far this season. So let's hope that it works. It might be working already as Urzi puts it in for Joelinton. Joelinton with a cut back to St. Maximan. St. Maximan shoots, but it's right at Rui Patricio. Oh, dang it, man. Good to see us going on the attack, though, but disappointing to not score there. You're on. Foden now. In for Joelinton. Joelinton cuts it back, but oh my goodness, bro. Why are Joelinton's cutbacks so bad? He just puts no power on that whatsoever. He literally just taps it, and it just goes right into the Wolves player. And that is the last blow of the whistle. That second goal from Wolves was so cheap. I'm sorry. That should not have been a goal. Terrible effort from Dubravka. He really could. I don't understand. He makes saves better than that so many times, and he just couldn't get down quick enough to get that ball that was right at his feet. Like, I don't understand. Disappointing way to lose, but we're away facing Wolves, who are known to be one of the giant killers like ourselves. So yeah, disappointing game, but I mean, I'm not even gonna say Wolves deserved it. We deserved at least a draw from this game. Okay, with that disappointing game out of the way, we're gonna jump right back into some more transfer business. As I said before, I do want to go in for Luka Modric, especially since we now have the funds, and I think we might even have enough funds to get Chiellini after this. But let's just keep it to Luka Modric for now and approach to sign him. Alright, so we are in our office building, sitting down and talking with Luka Modric and his agent. Here's what I've offered him: a crucial squad role, obviously, and 3 years contract length, so that should keep him around for a while, at least until his overall gets so low that we'll probably just sell him anyways. No release clause, of course, and then a wage of 170,000, which is a huge pay cut, but I mean, it's it's good for us because we don't have that big of a wage budget. And also, he is getting older, so once players get older, they tend to drop their wages a little more. And a signing bonus of 1.7 million. And I'm gonna try to edit that signing bonus a little bit, see if we can bring it down just a bit, maybe like 1.4. Let's submit that and see if he accepts. Okay, he's gonna counter us with 1.7 and 200,000. So that didn't work at all. That's the same signing bonus with a higher wage. Let's see if we can counter the wage to just go back to how it was. So let's go to, what did he just have? 170 wage. Let's put it up to 180 maybe. Submit that, see if that works. Alright, it's not quite what he wanted, but he's willing to join us anyways. And next season, Luka Modric will be wearing a Newcastle United jersey. Well guys, this is very interesting. Bournemouth have actually come in with an offer for Dubravka, and it is a huge offer for almost 25 million for the 31-year-old goalkeeper. I'm gonna reject it for now, just because I don't think that we can get anyone better than him for the budget right now, even if we did have the funds from selling him. So we are going to keep Dubravka until the end of the season, but maybe we'll sell him next season, or we'll sell our backup keeper and get and hopefully have funds to get a world-class starting keeper. Then Dubravka could maybe be our backup. But yeah, that's interesting from Bournemouth. I didn't think they had that much funds in their budget. And before we jump into this last match against Chelsea, I am going to go in for Giorgio Chiellini, as I think he will be a rock at the back for us. His pace is, like, he doesn't have a lot of pace, so he is going to be pretty slow at the back, but usually defenders that lack pace make up for it in strength, so hopefully we can make some good use out of him next season. And let's jump into the transfer business. Alright guys, here we are with Giorgio Chiellini and his agent, and we are sitting down in a very fancy restaurant discussing his contract. He actually does not want that much. He of course wants a crucial squad role, which we were going to give him anyways because of his overall. 3-year contract length should be good. No release clause, and a 92,000 wage, which is a decent pay cut, and a signing bonus of almost $1 million, but just under. So yeah, he's really not that expensive, and hopefully if we submit this offer, he will accept it. Yes, he does. It's not quite what he wanted, because he did want a bonus for getting clean sheets. He wanted some money, but I refused that. And now, Giorgio Chiellini is our next Newcastle United player for next season, of course, our next free transfer. So yeah, lots of good free transfer business done in this episode. We got a world-class defender for next season, a world-class midfielder for next season, and a world-class attacker for next season. So next season, I'm feeling it, guys. I think we can put in a good performance, especially in the Europa League. If we do manage to finish in a Europa League place, which I'm really hoping for, because if we get in a Champions League place, I just feel like we're not going to make it out of the group. So I'm hoping that we can sort of level ourselves at a Europa League spot and maybe make it to the final and maybe win the Europa League. I think we definitely can if we have players like this. So yeah, good business all around. And we close this episode out with our last match against Chelsea. We are playing this one at home. And a couple interesting changes to the lineup. I put Yedlin in for Danny Rose, of course, and I actually put Urzi in for Almiron because Urzi tends to perform in these big matches. If you remember that match he played against, I think it was Wolves, either last episode or a couple episodes. I can't really remember now, but he did play that match against Wolves when we were at home, and he performed big for us. He got that assist, and he hit the post, I think, and he had a couple other shots as well. So, yeah, I really am starting to have more faith in Urzi, and I want to play him in this match to see what he can do. And here we are, Newcastle United versus Chelsea at the St. James's Park. Let's get the game underway. Pedro whipping at a ball. We cleared away, but only to Jorginho. Puts it back for Conte. Conte now. We know how good he is on the ball. Here goes Willian. Good defending from Lazaro, though. Oh, boy. Conte slips it through for Willian. Willian with a shot now. Oh, I thought that was going to be a penalty for a second because Willian kind of got pushed there from behind. But luckily, it was just enough defending to throw him off his shot. Oh, here goes Joe Linton now. Sees St. Maximin going out wide. This is our first real attack of the game on Chelsea. But Chelsea just defending so well right now. Putting so much pressure on us defensively. St. Maximin takes a couple good touches. Back for Lazaro. Goes back for Bentaleb. And for Foden. Foden sees Joe Linton. Joe Linton takes a nice touch to get by the Chelsea defenders. We still have it now. Saka. It was a great save from Kepa just now. Foden goes back for Bentaleb, trying to be patient. Joe Linton again has a shot, and Kepa with another brilliant save. Wow. Alright, that was our first real attack of the game. This game has been so cagey, and I mean, Kepa had to come up big for Chelsea twice in order to keep us from scoring, so good signs. Alright guys, that first half was really cagey. Probably one of the cagiest matches that we've played so far this season. Both teams having the ball quite a bit, but not really doing much with it. Of course, we saw that one attack that we had that was pretty well, but Kepa came up with a big save twice there. However, I do see Urzi in acres of space now. Urzi cutting into the box. Takes a fake shot. Goes by a couple Chelsea defenders. Urzi! Oh my goodness! Urzi with a beautiful couple touches to get inside the box and slams that one home past Kepa. And the decision to pay him, or I can't even talk. This is what always happens. I can't talk. The decision to play him instead of Almiron out wide has paid off remarkably. Wow. And is that Urzi's first goal for us? I think it might be. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's Urzi's first goal for us as a Newcastle United player, and he has honestly, it's like shined every single time that we've played him. He's the kind of energy and like youth mentality that we need in this team. Oh, Chelsea on the ball now on the edge of the box. This guy Broha, I don't know who he is, takes a shot though, and Dubravka makes a big save. Good to see Dubravka coming back strong after that game against Wolves, which wasn't his best game, but good save from him here, and we keep our 1-0 lead intact. Conte on the ball now. He's been pulling all the strings for Chelsea from the midfield this game. But that's a beautiful tackle from Yedlin to shut him up. Wow, Yedlin has just been outstanding this game, except for right then when he gave the ball away. But other than that, he's been pretty good. Chelsea on the attack, and again puts it in for Willian with Dubravka with a nice save. It's offside anyways, but wow. Oh no, Christian Pulisic on the ball now. He's got fresh pace as he's just been subbed on. Saka tries to tackle him, but doesn't do well. Christian Pulisic still on the ball now. He takes a heavy touch, and Yedlin once again wrapping things up defensively. And that is the final whistle, and we get a 1-0 win over Chelsea and maintain our name as the Giant Killers this season. Wow, that was honestly a really cagey, intense match. It wasn't really a boring one, as cagey matches tend to be, because there were chances flying both ends of the pitch, but yeah, Urzi actually was the only one who could make up for him. Okay, and as we end this match, I thought that I'd just show you guys real quick the Premier League standings once again. Like we discussed earlier, this episode, Spurs and Liverpool fighting it out at the top. But Arsenal is actually Arsenal and the Manchesters are getting pretty close now. We actually did drop some points. We dropped those 3 points against Wolves this episode, so that's unfortunate. So Leicester City are actually just 4 points behind us now, and Wolves are 4 points behind them. So yeah, I feel like as the season continues, and especially as the transfer window closes, things are going to be heating up as far as that sixth place position goes. Because obviously there are going to be a lot of teams like Leicester City and Wolves and Newcastle United that are going to be all fighting it out for that sixth place spot for the Europa League place next season. However, that is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely a much better episode than last time out. We managed to get a couple important wins against Leicester City and Chelsea, disappointing game against Wolves, and we did manage to get to the next round of the FA Cup by simulating that game. So yeah, we also got a lot of good free transfer business done. We signed EDINSON, CAVANI, and Luka Modric and Giorgio Chiellini, who will all be here wearing Newcastle United jerseys next season. So those are some quality signings. And next episode, we have the last about week and a half of the transfer window. So as always, if you guys have any transfer suggestions, especially suggestions now that are free agents, that would be much appreciated. And I'll take a look at them and see if I think they would be a good fit for our side. But yeah, next episode we finish up the transfer window like I just said, and we also have a big match against Everton, as well as the next round in the Emirates FA Cup. Once the transfer window is closed, we have a game against Norwich, which I'm pretty sure we played them at the beginning of the season and had a 0-0 draw, because that's when we were going through that 0-0 draw stage, so hopefully we can get a better result against them this time. And we also have a game against Arsenal away from home, so yeah, stay tuned for next episode, because it is definitely going to be an exciting one. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. So don't forget to smash like if you liked, and smash subscribe if you want to. If you want to see more FIFA career modes. And yeah, so that's going to do it for me for now. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.